Salut à tous les amis, on est de retour aujourd'hui pour la suite de notre aventure sur Noire. On est toujours sur Switch et on devait commencer une nouvelle mission. Donc c'est parti, let's go. C'est une nouvelle enquête. Let's go.
Calm down.
What happened to Rose?
Parker wants the chief's job. Word is it's either going to be him or Thad Dooley. So they're both clearing the decks.
So where does that leave you, Galloway?
Leaves me saddled with a chump
Et on a un nouveau collègue avec nous aussi. Hein.
I didn't ask for you and I don't want you, so keep it to yourself. See if you can learn something about seeing how a real cop operates.
What did he mean by the werewolf?
Medallion. The Daily News came out calling him the werewolf killer. The Examiner came up with the Black Dahlia.
Are we any closer to catching him?
Not a chance. 6 months and hundreds of guys running down leads and we got nothing.
You don't think this has anything to do with it?
No, I don't. 90% of murders are domestic, Phelps. Some guy gets into a beef with his wife, he takes it too far. This will be the same. But cutting someone in half and leaving them off the sidewalk, that's a one-off.
Why so many women this year?
Because of the war. You should know that. Guy gets to kill people every day in combat. Comes home, he's expected to take lip from his wife. What do you think's gonna happen?
It's that simple.
Like I said, most of the time it is.
Ok.
Crime scene is just up a dirt road, detective.
Ok. Ouch.
Just go easy, Phelps.
Oh, laisse-moi tranquille toi, hein. Commence pas.
How about a scoop for the Examiner, Galloway? You could use some good press.
Another tramp, another message. Is the werewolf back in business, boys?
Do you have a mother, asshole? A sister? How about showing some respect for this poor woman? Let us do our job, and Detective Galloway will give you a statement later.
He's good, Rusty. He even sounds genuine.
That's Phelps, guys. The war hero. Defending the honor of murdered humps.
Get used to it, Phelps. Move it along, guys. You got your pictures, you got your headlines. Now scram.
Ok.
Patrolman, this your beat?
Yes, sir. Well, part of it. Kids park here, they use it like a lover's lane. It's a working neighborhood. Some trouble, but nothing like this. It's known locally as the Moors.
You were first on the scene?
Yes, detective.
No one's disturbed the body?
No, sir. We cleared out them vulture reporters so Pinker and the coroner could work. They're waiting to talk to you.
Go house to house and see what you come up with.
Il est facile,
What can you
il
tell me
parle
about
sur
the
les
shoe
pas lui.
prints?
Men's size 8s. Pinker lifted impressions for me to compare back at the lab.
Ok. Pas spécial.
The victim's bag? Looks brand new.
Ok.
Can't be the one used on the body.
Très bien.
It's like some kind of puzzle or parlor game.
Là, c'est l'Australie, on est d'accord. Plutôt comme ça. Ou alors... Ouais, ça mieux comme ça. Alors, ça c'est dans l'autre sens. Non, on est bon. Non, non, reprends le truc. Il est fou, lui. Ah, non, c'est pas bon. Autant pour moi. Il faut voir par rapport au bas. Voilà, là c'est l'Amérique du Sud, ok. J'ai regardé par rapport à l'Australie, mais en fait pas du tout. C'était pas ça. C'est par rapport à l'Amérique du Sud. Voilà, là c'est bon. Et là, c'est les États-Unis. Voilà.
The Bomba Club. Why steal a table lighter?
Ok. C'est bon. Bon allez.
Cause of death?
On va aller directement
Could be the head injuries.
sur le corps.
She has been badly stomped. The cuts look superficial. I'll know for sure in an hour.
What caused the blunt force injury to the face?
Could be anything from a baseball bat to a lug wrench. I'll have more details after the autopsy.
Ok. Y'a rien de spécial là? Ok.
What about this wound on the finger?
Something removed. A ring, most likely. I assume it was taken post-mortem.
Mhm.
Interesting. What does the writing on the victim mean?
BD. Like Dahlia? Tex? Your guess is as good as mine. Could be something to it, or it could be the killer's trying to throw you off the scent. Either way, I'll run tests on the lipstick.
Any idea of the time of death?
From the temperature, I'd say after midnight. I'll confirm with you later.
When we get to the Bomba, a man could die of thirst in a case like this.
Ok. Allez, go.
The werewolf?
For my money, copycat.
We can't rule it out. We need to work the evidence.
You'd love that, wouldn't you? Big head to hang on your wall. Caller of the decade. You've been working evidence on the BD case for 6 months. We got next.
There's a difference, Rusty.
Oh, yeah?
I just started working it today.
Okay, Oddshot. What's more likely? The werewolf comes back around, leaving us a note on a corpse?
He clearly has a thing for power. Power over women. Why not power over the...
Ouch!
Whoa there! We finished, Phelps. Our guy opens his mouth again after 6 months of stewing. Or some opportunist who's been reading about the BD figures will rip off the MO and get himself a freebie.
That's not totally fantastical.
You know, the Examiner and the Daily News might be good at coming up with monikers, but they're terrible for the police. There's a reason we didn't get the son of a bitch after the short murder was them, locusts.
Where do you...
God, you're gonna kill us!
Where do you think the werewolf killer is now?
Dead by his own hand, stationed somewhere else with the armed forces. San Quentin, another town, another country, who knows? So Phelps, I understand you want to turn this into a big case, but it doesn't work like that, alright? A case will come and find you. Can't make it something it ain't, understand?
So you don't think the werewolf has continued to operate in the Los Angeles area?
No chance. Would have found it.
Je conduis comme un taré. Hein. Wow.
Hey!
There you go.
You ought to meet Joe's buddy.
Gentlemen, what can I get you?
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. Were you working here last night?
Yes. How can I help, officer?
You can start with your name.
Garrett Mason.
You're the regular bartender on nights?
I'm a temporary barman. I work for an agency. I fill in at bars across town.
Do you remember a woman who came in here last night? 5'7", about 110 pounds, blonde hair, about 40 years of age.
You mean Celine Henry?
Yes. Do you know anything about her?
I don't. But the owner, Mr. McCall, serves her most nights. Would you like to speak to him?
I would.
He sits at the back of the club. Wears a hibiscus. You can't miss him. Is there anything else?
Fire away, Phelps. I'll stay here. I'm a little parched. Pour me 3 fingers of rye.
A waitress.
Ah, c'est lui. Là.
Detective Phelps, LAPD. We're investigating the murder of Celine Henry. Do you know her?
Celine? Christ.
You
Sure
going to
I
pay
know
for
her.
that?
She and I and Jacob, her husband, we go way back.
She was here last night?
House officer.
Sure, she's a regular.
That's
Celine
great.
is,
Pour me another.
was a lovely woman.
Was Mrs. Henry here with anyone last night?
Not at first. Celine already had quite a head start.
But she attracted attention?
Certainly. A few gentlemen became very enamored with her and her stories. One guy in particular.
You know him?
No. He's been in a couple of times.
Did they leave together?
Yes. At around 11. If it helps, I made the guy's license plate.
Ok.
I think this could be a great help, sir. Thank you. Mrs. Henry appeared to be missing a ring, torn from her finger, but not her wedding finger.
Celine always wore a red garnet ring on the large side. Larger than life, like Celine herself.
Did she have it a long time?
Sure. Since way back in her flying days.
Did her husband buy it for her?
No, it was before Jacob.
I think you know where the ring came from, and I think you're going to tell me.
Okay. I bought it years ago. I carried a torch for Celine in those days. Guess I always have. But old man never knew about it.
You know the husband?
Sure I know Jacob. He was in the Corps. He met Celine on a furlough and married her when the war finished. Put up with a load of shit.
Do you think he killed his wife?
No. No, not in my opinion.
Was he ever violent with her?
Celine came in here last night looking like she'd taken a slap. They don't live together anymore, so it might not have been him.
Thanks, Mr. McCole. You've been a big help. One more thing. Would you have an address for Celine?
142 North Union Avenue. God knows I had to send her home in enough cabs to remember that.
Ok.
Let's get out of here.
Hey, what's the hurry? My stool was just starting to warm up nicely.
Je peux pas prendre le téléphone là?
You ought to meet Joe's buddy. Nice. Really.
Attends.
You want a tip? Refill my coffee next time.
Y'a pas un téléphone dans le coin. J'ai vu un téléphone là, mais je sais pas si je peux l'utiliser. Ah.
It would take a smarter man than me to connect that.
Ah, il est là.
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need a registered owner on a license plate, 2boy8899.
Yes, Detective. I'll need to contact the DMV. Shall I relay the details via KGPL?
Please. Thanks, ma'am.
Ok.
You find the booze helps you get through a working day?
Sharpens my investigatory instincts, Phelps.
A smart lawyer might use that to throw out anything you collect today.
A smart man might know it's unwise to stand between the patient and his medicine.
As long as you're not falling over, Rusty, I'll let it slide.
That's mighty kind of you, Phelps. You know, you picked the wrong job if a healthy thirst offends you, Cole.
We owe it to this city to do the best we can in this position. As homicide detectives, that responsibility is all the more serious.
Always the politician.
It's not political, it's practical. Maybe the men combing Hollywood Boulevard after the Elizabeth Short murder were more interested in sniffing out booze than the clues that would have led to her killing.
Yeah, well, if only you'd been there, by the way. Betty Short would be alive, the Japs would have spared Pearl Harbor, our ancestors wouldn't have tasted the forbidden fruit.
Minor syntactical error, Detective Galloway. I never claimed to be able to prevent crimes. I only suggested a proficiency in solving them. Guess that's the drink slowing you down.
Oh my God, brother, oh brother. Worse than I could ever have imagined.
Any central unit, car 16 Alley reports a possible jumper at 8th and Hope. The Methodist Church unit to handle code 2 identify.
Ouch.
No! Watch it, will you? Get out of the way! There's a madman on the loose! You're a different man in front of the Capitol.
Watch where you're driving, you maniac! I'll try the back door. Wait here a second.
Il y a personne.
Side window's been jimmied. Looks like somebody's creeped the joint.
Okay.
Said I had to go back, Doctor.
The fires are cathartic. They allow you to confront your past.
You said the house would be empty.
Are you taking the medication I have prescribed?
You said the house would be empty. I heard them screaming.
Circumstances were unfortunate. My colleagues had made all the necessary
You
arrangements.
said the house would be empty. You're killing me.
The deaths were unfortunate, but you have dealt with death before.
I want you to come to the clinic and we can deal. You said the house would be empty. How can I find peace?
Mhm.
I doubt it. Size 9's above average for a lady.
Mm-hmm.
Burglar used the pry bar. Why did you kick the door in?
You think I'm gonna climb through a broken window in a $30 suit? You got another thing coming, Buster.
I don't think this is going to help us.
Celine and Jacob are obviously having problems. It speaks to motive.
Crime scene evidence still weighs against it being the husband, but Jacob could give us something to go on. One of my exes drank like this, you'd be feeling the back of my hand.
Call in burglary and get technical services out here. I'll talk to the neighbors.
Don't take all day about it, Phelps. I get nasty when I'm thirsty.
On va fouiller, on va fouiller.
Galloway, homicide, badge number 564. Requesting technical services for a suspected 459 at 142 North Union.
Il y a rien là. Oh.
This isn't what we're looking for.
Ok. Bon. T'es qui toi?
I knew it wasn't safe around here anymore.
LAPD. Are you acquainted with Celine Henry, Miss?
Horgan! Jennifer Horgan.
I've known Celine for more than 10 years. Our children grew up together. What's going on, officer?
Did you see Mrs. Henry go out last night?
Well, I'm no busybody, you understand, but Celine had been drinking. And she and poor, long-suffering Jacob had a terrible row. I think Jacob may have given her a black eye. He stormed out and she went back inside.
Did he come back?
No. Celine was listening to music and shouting until she left around 10 p.m. She was very drunk to have been driving. But she is not the sort of person you can stop from doing something when her dander is up. What is this about, officer? Is Celine all right?
I'm afraid Mrs. Henry has been murdered, ma'am.
Murdered? Oh, my God. I'm afraid I need to go and sit down.
Non, bah je te suis, hein.
Just give me some time to myself, please.
Ok. Qu'est-ce que je pourrais faire de plus?
Not everything here is going to be relevant.
Mais je sais pas moi, qu'est-ce que je pourrais faire de plus? Ah, la bague.
Tiffany?
Okay.
The rest of this stuff is junk. And I explained the missing ring. A regular Amelia Earhart in her day. The ring looks distinctive.
Maybe. No.
Ok. Ok, là, y'a rien. Non, c'est bon, on l'a vu ça. Ok. Je sais pas ce que je pourrais faire de plus là maintenant. Bon, plus rien ici. Faut vraiment que j'interroge la femme.
Please. I'm too upset.
Oh, il faut que je pose des questions là, je peux pas... Le mec il est retourné dans notre bagnole ou pas? On fait quoi du coup?
Let's see what Jacob has to say for himself.
I don't think Jacob is our man, but we should see what he has to say.
Ok.
That's the guy. I heard he's an honest cop.
Jacob Henry had a violent argument with his wife last night. He's looking more and more likely.
For my money, if we survive this, it's gonna be a miracle. For my money, the broad keeps the house looking like that. I get the point. For my money, the broad keeps the house looking like that. She probably deserved it. The skipper says bring him in. Keep the hacks off our backs for a while.
Fine by me.
So it ain't the werewolf killer after all. Good to see you've come to your senses.
I always said work the evidence. I only stipulated a connection to the BD killer as an avenue of investigation we should leave open. And as far as I'm concerned, it still is.
Okay, Phelps, we go in hard. You follow my lead. Jacob Henry?
Yeah. Who's asking?
LAPD. You're under arrest for the murder of your wife, Celine Henry.
Murder? Celine?
Save the dramatics
Oh, my
for
God.
RKO, pal. You got bigger problems.
What the hell are you talking about? You come in here, you tell me that Celine is...
Take a seat, Mr. Henry.
That she's...
We're gonna have a look around, then we'll talk.
Jesus, I'm sorry.
Ok. Non, attends, on va pas parler tout de suite.
I get even the slightest hint that you're a flight risk, pal.
Not sure this means much.
Ok.
You think the atmosphere's thick in here? Wait till you try the gas station. He'll be back in a moment. Just sit tight.
The oldest problem there is, what to do about the old lady.
Ok.
Size 11s.
Mhm. Mais rien, ok. Bon, on peut l'interroger du coup.
So who could have killed Celine? Where did she go last night, Jacob?
A bar, I suppose. Look, I don't know.
You know where she went, Jacob. You're lying. Why would I help you if you keep lying to me?
Look, I'm telling you, I don't know.
Hmm.
You don't ask, you never find out. We get the impression that Celine liked to live the glamorous life. How did she end up with a hump like you, Jacob?
Celine was one of the first woman pilots. She hung out with movie stars and royalty. But when she came back here broke and struggling, she married a mechanic. Put a roof over her head, food on the table. Not glamorous, but the best I could do. I'm not ashamed about that.
When did you last see your wife, Mr. Henry?
Last night. I went to see her. We talked. Things got a little out of hand. I left.
You don't remember what time you last saw your wife alive?
Look, I'm sorry. I left. Maybe 9 p.m. Might have been a little later, but right around 9.
Why did you kill her, Jacob? Things will go better if you come clean about it.
That's a lousy thing to say. I never gave up on my wife.
You went to her house, you fought, you beat her, she left, and then you followed her.
I left first. She tried to batter me with a frying pan. I had to slap her down.
Understandable.
So you can prove that you came back here after you left your wife's place.
I came back here. I was here all night. Start work at 6:30. I'm not the going out type.
You called the bar to give yourself an alibi. Then you went after her, beat her, and dumped her in a park. I think you are a sack of shit, Jacob.
You're not gonna pin Celine's death on me. I'll take a lie detector test to prove it.
Franchement, je sais pas là.
You want to take all that back, you fresh-faced little...
Je fais n'importe quoi là, niveau
We're
enquête.
still gonna need you to come downtown, Mr. Henry.
We can get this all down on paper, Jacob. How you got fed up with your wife and how you figured killing her would bury all your troubles.
Kill my own wife?
She was a lush and a tramp, and you just couldn't stand it anymore.
Shut your goddamn mouth!
So now you're gonna tell me you loved her? Ah, the DA goes all gooey over remorse, Jacob.
Allez, oh là, doucement, doucement, oh, oh. Comment on frappe, bordel, déjà, j'ai oublié. Mais frappe, du con!
Doesn't look good for you, Jacob.
Mais comment on frappe, bordel, j'ai oublié. Aïe. Aïe. Oh là.
Call it in and get a squad car dispatched. And check for messages. I'll keep old Slugger here company.
Il est où ce téléphone? Non, pas ça. Je vois rien. Il est où le téléphone de merde là? Oh, il est là. On voit rien avec cet écran là.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need a patrol unit to transport a suspect back to Central.
Certainly, Detective. You have a message from the coroner. Do you wish to be put through?
Yes, ma'am.
Carruthers,
It's Phelps.
I've completed the autopsy. Several wounds to the head from a blunt metal instrument. Closest match would be a socket wrench handle.
So the cause of death was the blunt...
No, the blows to the head surprisingly were not fatal. Death was from hemorrhage and shock from the fractured ribs and multiple injuries caused by the stomping.
Anything else?
He's some kind of sex fiend. The tissues of the anus were bruised about 1/8 of an inch, but no trace of semen in the anus, vagina, or stomach.
Thanks, Doctor. Operator, give me R&I. Any word on an owner for that vehicle? License was 2boy8899.
Yes, Detective. The plate belongs to a brown 1936 Pontiac. Registered owner is one Alonzo Mendez of 402 South Fremont Street, apartment 16.
Thanks. Any other messages?
One, Detective. From Captain Donnelly. He wants any and all suspects returned to Central. Interviews to be set up immediately.
Got it. We're coming in.
Alonzo Mendez. Sound like a man who moonlights as the werewolf?
Don't sound like a man I'd let my daughter anywhere near.
You've got a daughter.
Spend enough time drinking, Cole, you'll find yourself with any number of things you don't want when you're sober.
So that's why you never sober up.
Exactly.
Carruthers said she took a real pounding.
Maybe if he had been a little firmer in the beginning, he wouldn't be in this situation now.
I imagine that Neanderthal routine is a big hit with the ladies, Galloway.
Women love me, Phelps. I have no complexity. They know exactly what they're gonna get.
Breathe, Phelps. Breathe, damn it!
Mendez, apartment 16.
Okay. Ok, quatrième.
Here, the apartment's up on the top floor.
Y'a pas un ascenseur? Non, même pas.
Don't bother knocking, just kick the door in. Take a look around and see what you can find.
Encore le même truc.
Ray. Size 8s could help place Mendez at the scene.
Doesn't give me anything to go on.
Brothers could match the color and brand of the body. Consistent with Celine's injuries, and the blood can be typed.
We have the murder weapon. We better get Pinker down here.
Why keep it? Why not throw it away?
Think these clowns are geniuses? Thank your stars you caught a break. Captain Donald will begin to like you.
Hey! What gives?
LAPD, you're under arrest.
Do not lose that son of a bitch. I'll go get our wheels.
Mendez, stop right there. You don't need to do this, Alonzo.
Get in and drive.
Ouais, je sais. Dégage de là, toi.
Hit him, Cole. Spin him out. I got an idea. Get him next to my window, Cole. Keep me alongside his vehicle, and I'll stop the son of a bitch. Hit it! Clean this asshole off the road. I'll try to shoot out his tire. Wish me luck.
You're under arrest for the murder of Celine Henry.
I ain't saying a goddamn thing.
You did a grand job, lads. Phelps, that's quite a way to acquit yourself in your first outing as a homicide investigator. It seems the city has a new and vengeful guardian. Considering the evidence against your suspect, and the thoroughness with which a report was compiled, I foresee a safe passage through the courts, and the DA agrees with me. Brutality on a scale such as this deserves retribution. The people and the press of this city demand it.
Il m'a même pas donné à boire, la con.
Something to soothe this pain, to cool the lava you pump through my veins, 'cause I'm burning up for you.
Galloway. Got it, Skipper. Yeah, I'll bring him. He's my partner, after all.
What have we got?
New case. White female dumped in plain sight in the grass at the end of Hill Street. Hacks are all over it. Captain's trying to fend him off.
That sounds awfully similar.
The first rule of police work is make no assumptions until you've seen the evidence. Skipper wants you to have your newspaper face on, college boy. I think I know the place where they found the lady. It overlooks Sunset Boulevard. Let's go.
Hey, isn't that the cop who solved the big case and got promoted?
I want to meet Joe's buddy.
You know anything about this mess?
Tu viens ou pas? Il est le con.
You did a decent job on the Henry case, Phelps. That... Oh!
Thanks, Rusty.
Don't go getting ahead of yourself. That's one clearance under your belt. Now it's a new day with a new dead lady that needs our attention.
No assumptions until we see the evidence, right?
Right. Hey, come on!
Ok.
I'm sorry, sir. Police officer. I need your car.
Right. See, I knew you were a fast learner, Phelps. You might get along after all.
Comment je vais monter là-haut? Ah, par là. Peut-être, mais je suis pas sûr. Oh non!
Break.
Ah, comment monter là-haut là? Ah, par là. Ok.
Now, boys, you know as much as I do. I'll be holding a press conference once the autopsy's been completed. I have two of my finest investigators on the case. Fresh from bringing down the sword of justice on the crazed sex...
Captain, aren't there similarities between this murder and the murder of Celine Henry? And of Elizabeth Short, for that
So you don't
matter?
believe there's a crazed sex killer at large preying on women?
Boys, be sensible. We have the greatest police force in all the world, with the greatest scientific investigators at our disposal. How can any killer continue to be that? Be advised. We keep the gas chamber at San Quentin primed for the sons of Cain who continue to believe they can take a life in the city of angels.
Yeah, right. Any new leads in the Dahlia case?
Run along, boys, and let these officers get to work. We have God's work to do here, and it can't be delayed.
What do we have, Captain?
Another woman sacrificed. Speak to Carruthers. I want daily reports, gentlemen.
Just awful.
Detective, I was first on scene.
So what's going on over there?
Mais ouais, le bruit. Je comprends rien. Je sais pas pourquoi il est parti là-bas lui. Allez, on va monter là-haut.
Oh, we have a name. Can you run Deirdre Muller by R&I?
Back in a second.
If the motive was robbery, why not take the money?
Mm-hmm.
Officer Gonzalez, badge 994. Victim of white female Jane Doe on Hill Street. Also ID of Deirdre Muller.
Look at your markers. Very distinctive. I'll do some comparisons back at the lab and get back to you.
Looks like she was tied up.
It does at first, but that would leave a mark on her other wrist, too. I think her watch might have been torn off.
Thanks very much for your help.
Non, encore une bague.
Cut on a finger.
Fourth finger, left hand. A wedding or engagement ring. Violently removed.
The stomping angle in the Henry case, was it reported in the press?
Sure was. Every detail a copycat would want was there in the story.
Detectives, R&I says a Deirdre Mahler of 130 North Bonnie Bray.
Similar MO.
To what? The Dahlia? I don't think so.
Celine Henry.
That's a closed case. This is probably another sad sack who lost his temper with a broad who wouldn't put out.
Are you a suspect, Rusty?
Watch your mouth, Phelps. All I'm saying is we got enough to do without reopening closed cases.
Talk me through it now.
Severely battered, on display. Footprints would indicate that she has been stomped. Size of the footprints would seem to indicate a smallish men's shoe. What size shoe did Mendez wear?
You finished?
No, I'm not. At a glance, I would say strangulation was the cause of death. I'll need to do further tests for semen.
Angry boyfriend. If they were married, they'd be at home. Not humping out here in Lover's Lane.
Detectives, R&I says a Deirdre Mahler of 130 North Bonnie Bray was reported missing this morning by her husband, Hugo Mahler.
What'd I tell you? Just grab the husband, take him downtown, and work him over. We can have this wrapped up by lunchtime.
What about not making assumptions and going on the evidence?
Ok.
I thought this was such a nice area.
On va pas faire le saut de fou là. Est-ce qu'on peut descendre par là ou pas? Ah, on peut descendre par là. Allez, go.
Still might be some play in the boyfriend.
I thought we were on our way to lock up the husband.
Slow and steady, come on! If it doesn't work out, then.
Deirdre Muller has suffered enough. More than enough. You shouldn't make disparaging comments about her without even the slightest inkling of what she was like.
She was a woman, wasn't she? Well, around about my third divorce, I realized women might not be the pure angels we imagine. You're married, ain't you, Phelps?
Don't make any insinuations about my wife.
Hey, she's a woman.
She's the mother of my children.
You're a father, Cole? But don't tell me your eye don't fit.
This conversation is over.
All units, officer needs help. Bank of America, 7th and Olive. Officer needs help. Bank of America, 7th and Olive, at 211 in progress and shots fired. Unit to handle code 3, identify.
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. Is your father home?
We'll be home soon. He's been out looking for Mommy.
What's your name, miss?
Michelle Eloise Mahler?
Can we come in?
I suppose so.
Thank you. Could you have a seat for me, Michelle? We're gonna have a look around.
He'll be back any moment. Just sit tight.
Nothing significant.
Une carotte.
Optimistic,
Martin will
Cole.
explain everything when he gets back, okay?
Je sais.
There's nothing to worry about.
Une carotte qui sert à rien. Les chaussures.
Work boots. Size 8.
Ce sont les mêmes.
Elgin wristwatch. Probably the same one snatched from her body.
Okay.
No sign of a wedding ring.
Ok. Bon là, le peigne, Non, c'est bon, on l'a vu, on l'a vu. Non, c'est bon. Oh, regarde.
Circumstantial.
Ok. Bon, un spécial.
Is this about Mommy? Daddy is trying to find her.
Mm-mm.
Please tell me she's okay.
I'm sorry to have to tell you this, Michelle, but your mother is dead. Do you think you could answer a few questions for us?
Try.
When did you last see your mother?
Yesterday afternoon. I went to a dance at Belmont High. Mommy was supposed to pick me up, but she didn't show.
So what did you do then?
I was upset. Daddy came instead.
So you were hanging around the school for quite a while. What happened with your father?
I don't know. I called and finally he answered. He came straight away then.
Some of your mother's jewelry was missing. Can you describe her things?
A ring, a watch. I never paid much attention to that stuff.
I know it's painful, Michelle. This may be important. She wore a wedding ring?
Mommy chose it herself. A rose gold wedding band and a matching diamond and ruby engagement ring.
She wore a watch?
Yes, the yellow gold Elgin watch. Daddy bought it for her birthday. We had a fight. It was kind of a makeup present.
Your mom and dad are happily married?
What are you saying? Of course they are.
They weren't happy, were they, Michelle? Did your father ever hit your mother?
Just the once. She said she would leave him if he ever did it again. He bought her a brooch pin to make up for it. And he always wore her golden butterfly.
Thanks, Miss Muller. You've been very brave.
Ah bah il est là lui.
Hey! What's this?
Daddy, the police
Go to your
are
room,
here.
please, Michelle. I'll talk to the police.
Daddy, Mommy is gone.
Go to your room, young lady. She's not even out of school. You can't come in here interrogating her like she's
Your
some
wife
kind
was
of...
found murdered this morning.
Found? What? But she only...
We have some questions that we would like to ask you.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, I'll do my best.
What size shoe do you wear, Mr. Mueller?
Why do you ask?
It's routine, sir. Simple process of elimination.
9s, I think.
You know anyone who wears a smallish men's shoe who had a major grudge against your wife? Is there something you would like to tell us, Hugo?
No, I do not. You finished making hints?
So you were here all night. You stayed in while your wife went out to pick up your daughter?
Yes, that's correct.
You got any way of confirming this story of yours?
You son of a bitch. You come here making all these accusations.
You phoned in a missing persons report this morning?
Yeah, that's right. My wife didn't come home last night. She left around 9:30. Michelle was out at dance. She called me to let me know that Deidre didn't turn up.
Did your wife ever go out by herself? To bars, nightclubs?
No. What are you suggesting? You suggesting my wife's loose? Now is not the time for you to be pushing me, mister.
Your daughter said you were having an argument.
We argued about who would pick up Michelle. I worked a full day. I wanted to come home, put my feet up.
Your wife was beaten and then strangled. In your case, you have no alibi and a history of violence towards your wife.
That's not true, god damn it.
It is true, Hugo. You're a violent man. You try to keep a lid on it at home, but sometimes you lost control. Your daughter and your wife were scared of you.
You don't know anything about me.
I know about the golden butterfly, Hugo, and how you bought your wife off the last time you heard her.
She liked to spend money, all right? Dresses, jewelry, her hair. It drove me goddamn crazy. Do I look like a Rockefeller?
Nobody likes a cheapskate, Hugo.
Getting hostile with us is a very bad idea, Hugo.
I'm no murderer.
Make some arrangements for your daughter, and then present yourself to Central Station for questioning.
You gotta be kidding me, Phelps. Put the cuffs on him.
This is an outrage. I didn't kill my wife.
Your daughter is in the next room, Mueller, so I'm giving you a break. Don't make me change my mind, and don't make me come looking for you.
You should go back in there and bust his ass.
1, we need to break his alibi. Check phone records, canvass the neighbors. 2, we have motive of domestic violence, which probably goes for half the men in L.A. 3, we have no evidence tying him to the crime scene.
Hello, detective.
Yes, ma'am.
I heard the terrible news over the radio.
And you can help us with our inquiries?
Yes, sir. They had a row last night. I heard Mrs. Mueller screaming.
Did you see Mrs. Mueller come home late last night at all?
No, not at all. I did see Mr. Mueller put something in the incinerator earlier this morning, though.
I told you he was our guy. Now let's get this bum downtown and into a cell.
Look, there he is now.
Step away from the incinerator. Don't let him get away.
Okay, but no shooting. We need this guy to make the case.
Allez, vite, 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 vite. Vite, 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 vite. Il court vite l'enfoiré. Partout ce con. Ah, il est là-bas.
Enough running, Hugo! Hands where we can see them.
Ah, il brûlait les chaussures.
This doesn't look good, Hugo.
I can explain the blood.
Get him booked in at Central, officer. Then put him in an interview room. We'll be speaking with him later. And inform the captain.
Yes, sir, Detective.
Is there someone you can call, miss?
I don't want home and
You need somewhere to stay, Michelle. You have other family? Grandparents? Aunts or uncles?
call Aunt Helen, but she lives in Bakersfield and
Call her. We're gonna get someone down here from Juvenile Hall to talk to you in the meantime.
We ought to get some uniforms down here, clean up, take care of the kid.
Want the 5-star goddamn wedding.
Bon, je pense qu'on va s'arrêter là, les amis, bientôt. Hein.
Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an address on a Belmont
Homicide
High
Division,
School.
badge number 564.
Checking for you, Detective.
Go ahead, Detective Unit.
Did we get Ray
Belmont
Pinker and the
High,
technical services team to a house at 130 North
1575
Bonnie
West
Bray
2nd
Street?
Thanks.
Send someone down from Juvenile Hall to look after a young lady.
Roger, 11K. Inform Detective Phelps that the coroner has a report waiting. Police morgue downtown when he's available.
Bon, les
Got
amis.
it, KGPL.
Je pense qu'on va s'arrêter là, les amis, pour cette partie de l'enquête. Hein. On va continuer lors d'une prochaine vidéo la suite de l'aventure. J'espère que ça vous a plu. N'hésitez pas à liker, partager, vous abonner évidemment. Et on se retrouvera pour la suite de l'enquête lors d'une prochaine vidéo. Ciao, bye bye.